Can you hear me? Yay. It won't let me connect my video for whatever reason. It says oh, there we go. Yay!
Hey.
Oh, damn, I'm an old guy compared to you, huh? You guys are young. Well, they're having technical difficulties. I was guessing. I was kind of going to wait until everybody got on, but my name's Adam, by the way.
Nice to meet you.
I don't know if I'll say anything about my character at the moment. I think I'll wait and let that happen as your story unfolds.
That's fair.
I have been playing D&D since 1984. I've been DM.
I like a little bit.
I've been a DM for roughly 20 years now. I have a shitload of my own campaigns. I do my own drawings, NPCs. I have a lot of experience, but for 20 years I just DM'd. I just want to play for a change. I want to get back into that not knowing what's going on and fumbling through stuff, So, yeah, that's hopefully I'll fit into you guys' campaign. And he told me a little about Darkstar, how you guys progressed there and got to this point and are trying to get back. And he has several other campaigns to get back to after this Strahd campaign. So maybe if I'm a good fit, and my character is a good fit with your group, I may end up going back to Darkstar with you guys, or I may end up leaving Ravenloft and getting transported to one of his other campaigns. So.
Oh, awesome.
I haven't played for a while. It's actually been about 6 months. We've been playing. Man, we had a campaign guy. I've only ever ran one module campaign. I've always done homebrew.
Awesome.
I'm the guy that I'll take an old piece of construction paper, like tan construction paper, and I'll write on it. And I actually studied calligraphy when I was younger, and I'll write into it, and I'll take it outside, and I'll burn holes in it, and I'll rub in the dirt and crumple it up and rip pieces off, and that's what you'll find. That's what I'll hand to my players. So you find this amongst the rubble or amongst the, the scrolls or on the desk or whatever, and you make of it what you will. Some of it you can read, some of it you can't. So I'm that guy. I'm pretty detailed. But on here, I guess we have to be kind of more technical with how we give information. So I'm pretty sure you can pull up some nice stuff online, scrolls and whatnot, and create things.
Right. Roll20, kind of sets the stage itself, so that's kind of nice.
I do like the whole graph with your character, models on there, and
right, the maps on here.
Do we move them? I've never done this on here.
Yeah.
So do we move them, or does he move them?
We can move them.
So that's something you probably have to be allowed to do. Like he has to give you permission. I'm sure.
I don't think so. I think I think the permissions are set to where we can grab any of the character tokens, but we might actually. Yeah, I think we can just grab the character tokens. Because like if you have Roll20 open right now, if you hover over the characters, it gives you like these little crosshairs where you can move those tokens. But if you hover over the NPC, the bad guys, it's just a pointer and won't let you move them. So it looks like our permissions are just set to the PCs, basically.
So Roll20. So I have to get into this campaign.
Yeah, that I don't even know how to get you into that. Barnes did well last session, by the way.
I'm sorry. I was trying to get everything all situated. What'd you say?
Varnus did well last session.
Oh, good. Do you light more things on fire?
Not strictly. He did some spells. I honestly don't even remember exactly what he did, because that's not exactly how I took my adventure notes.
So are we playing after like a long rest?
Yes.
Okay. Really, really happy with that.
Yes,
Because I wanted some spell slots back.
So, question before you guys get started. So I'm on Roll20 and I'm on the Darkstar page. How do I get to the actual campaign? So I can see like your maps or whatever.
Can you share your screen for just 1 second?
Sorry?
What are you in Roll20 and trying to figure out how to get into the map?
Yes. Like how would I see that?
Are you? So this is what I see. I can do this. Let me see if I can. Yeah, that's what I want. So is this what you're trying to get into? That's working. Is that working?
No, I don't see anything. Oh, there we go. Yes.
So there should be like a launch game or something when you first like hit the link. Hold on, let me log out and see what it looks like real quick when I log out. So this is the. Okay, cool. Perfect. And how do I stop?
I hear music. Why do I hear music?
Oh, because Josh gave us a soundtrack for it.
I can turn this down somewhere, I presume.
Yes.
It's over. I can hear you guys.
Go to the settings tab should be on your right hand side. It looks like a little gear. And you'll see master music volume, and you just lower that.
So simple.
Yeah, I'll play with this if I'm allowed access to this. Anyways, after the session, I'll play with this and kind of figure some things out. Automatically roll 3D dice, enable 3D dice. Is that something I need to enable on my end, or do y'all not use that?
No, I don't know. I don't know about the 3D dice.
Because we basically
Beyond 20.
Okay.
D&D Beyond. Do you have? Are you in D&D Beyond yet?
Yes, I actually have an account. I've just canceled my subscription because I haven't played for about 6 months. So
yeah, that's fair. Well, I mean, we don't need the subscription to have a character and download the Beyond 20 plugin, so that you can just have your character pulled up there and click on the stats, and it will roll into Roll20 for us.
Okay, so let's see how that works. I'm going to put this over here. Oops. I'm going to have to hook my third monitor up. I'll be damned.
Third? Ugh. I'm trying to squeeze everything into one.
I'm a heavy gamer, so I have. I mean, I stream actually. If you guys would like to follow my stream, I stream Dungeons and Dragons Online, the MMO. So
Okay.
I will plug it here in a moment, but let me try to do this real quick. I want to see if this works. So, you bastard. Really? Clear that. Oh, you know what? It may not display anything, but my character's not actually in game.
Oh,
So-
yeah, that might be a thing.
If you guys want to roll, and I can kind of see what it looks like on the screen, if you're allowed, I don't know if you can at the moment, if everything's activated or not.
Should just.
Yeah, so let's say, you wanted to roll like an Arcana check. Show that. I'll show you a spell too.
I see
actually
nothing.
think the spell parts. Oh, you see nothing?
I see the little map and everybody's tokens and looks like maybe some ghouls. But that's it.
So do you have the chat? Oh, go to the little chat feed on that right-hand side, to the little like chat windows, kind of in that top scroll section, and hit that.
Got it. Oh, okay. So it did show mine in there.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. Display. So you can display the spell and like everything about it, and you can roll this, like it does all the stuff for you. It's kind of nice.
Okay, this is gonna have to go here. And where's my character page? Oh yeah, definitely gonna need a third monitor for this crap. I don't like. There we go. Can work with that. So who are we missing here? There's how many total players do y'all normally run?
3, I think, currently.
At the moment.
Speak of the devil. Okay, let me. Oh, I like that it shows the spell you use and gives it the description and all that. That's cool.
That's been really helpful.
But it is nice. I have a really late feedback echo.
From
Both of you so far. I just got the from. Here. Oh, it's because I have Twitch open. That's probably why. That makes sense.
okay, let's do this. Oh, I can move your tokens. That's not good.
Yeah, you guys should be be able to move everyone's tokens. The way it's set up is to share visibility. That way you share your field of vision. So the only way to set that up in Roll20 is to share control as well.
So, who is Mittens? Is he actually in this game?
He is an NPC.
Oh, okay. So John is Garnus, and which one of you is John? Let's see. I don't see a John.
Me.
Oh, that's you. Okay, Count Frosty. Cathius or Cathus Rockwell?
He would be our last player, Chase, who's working on some technical difficulties and should be in soon.
Okay. Ligiri? How do you say that? Ligiri?
Ligiri, yeah. He's also an NPC who traversed the void with them from the main campaign.
Okay.
What are you looking at right now? For all the names you're...
I will not share my secrets.
He's on our campaign on D&D Beyond.
Yeah, I clicked on there and went to my campaign, and yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just to see who's playing who.
Yeah.
Elf Warlock, Soren. That it would be whatever your name is. Anzir?
Anzir, yeah.
Anzir? Okay. Soren Anzir, okay. Hexblade. And then they had this guy here nobody used.
The last legacy player that we're missing from the main party right now is Barbara, and she plays Ren the Samurai.
Oh, so that character is being used.
Yes, well, she's inactive at the moment, but she is one of our legacy players when she gets an opportunity on her schedule.
Okay. Oh, my wife's gonna love that. Who the fuck you talking to? Oh, I'm gonna slap her around a little bit, lock her in a cage. No, it hasn't been. 25 years and it hasn't been. Well, while we're waiting, a little about myself. I unfortunately have 5 daughters. 2 in college. One lives in California. One lives in Oklahoma. The other one is living here and will be starting college this year. If they open the freaking college. I don't know what the hell's going on with all this crap, but and then 2 other little ones that live here as well. I'm in Louisiana, Lafayette, so I'm probably going to get tore up by a hurricane here in the next day or so. And I'm fat and eat a lot, so I will be muting my mic a lot. If you hear me crunching on something, just and I'm not muted, just remind me. I'll forget to hit the button. But yeah, I'm an old player, man, and I'm really looking forward to getting into a campaign here. So.
We're excited to have some new players and to finally get the main campaign back on the road. And then here soon, for any of the other players around the table who haven't heard, I'm adding 2 new modules to the schedule. Thursday nights we'll be doing Icewind Dale for new players. It'll be a slower pace coaching environment. For international players on the weekends, Sunday around 11:30, 12 o'clock, we'll be doing the Mythic Odysseys of Theros. So that one will have a flexible roster, more of a rotating cast, and really be focused on action and adventure.
How are people liking that source book?
So far, so
if anyone
good.
else has seen it.
So far, so good. I've watched 2 weekly streams for it so far.
I thought it was interesting, like a little different. Not exactly what I was expecting, but it seems cool.
I think it gives more of a classic feel to the storytelling, but the mechanics wouldn't really scale terribly well outside of the setting. So it's kind of a self-contained adventure.
So I'm actually, my favorite is Eberron. That's kind of my favorite out of all of the different worlds for D&D.
It was definitely one of the more unique ones. I think Warforged were a really interesting addition as their own independent race, and then you've got the almost Final Fantasy Magitech going on in the background.
I just like the dragon marked houses. I thought that was a fun little additional mechanic to like really like tweak of your characters. Like you could make a healing wizard, which was nice.
Right, right. Okay, so while we have the opportunity, John, I will fill you in a little bit about the last session.
All right.
Gonna go ahead and read our introduction to this chapter. Welcome to our house campaign, Darkstar Act 3, put on by Guyjin.Gaymes. Our intrepid heroes have been whisked away into the mists of Ravenloft, waking on the fog-choked gravel streets of Barovia. Cathius the Scion happens upon two children in the street, Rose and Tharn, who direct him to the large townhouse unobscured by the choking vapors. After braving the upper-level denizens of the Death House, the adventurers have laid the ghastly Durst children's remains to rest. The shocking discovery of the sacrificial cult of fiends underneath such a polished veneer has spurred them into the dungeons below to cleanse this dark manifestation. Within the chambers of the cult leader, they have discovered a footlocker. As Anzir seeks to examine its contents, the party realizes they have also found the final resting places of Gustav and Elizabeth Durst as ghastly hands burst from the walls. So, you guys pushed a little further into the dungeon last time, and after your long rest, you came across the specter of the nursemaid again. She was waiting outside the door to ambush you after the effects of her turning wore off. So you were able to successfully combat her, a group of shadows, and a mimic that surprised Garnus as a door leading into the chambers that you now find yourself.
Why do I keep getting beat up in this game?
You've got more hit points, so they kind of put you in
Please.
front, to be honest.
Thank you.
Well, I am a dwarf. It's kind of my, MO here.
Right. Take
Right.
a hit, go with it.
Stalwart.
So some highlights from the last game. Garnus, your Word of Radiance channel divinity proved very helpful against the shadows.
Good.
The party tried to lift a crystal orb off of a statue. The statue was of a pale man in regal noble blood red garb, with his hand resting on a large Vulpine wolf. And in his other hand, he had this smoky gray crystal orb. Cathius tried to lift it and bring it over to him, but inadvertently disturbed a set of energetic shadows around the base of the statue. In that same room, you also uncovered a concealed door that led to a set of stairs that is a shortcut back up to where you guys rested last session. So, once we get everyone in on this, we'll roll initiative, actually. We left it off right at these two creatures bursting forth from false walls.
Getting ambushed again.
Well, what else would you do?
Absolutely nothing.
You Burn it all to the ground. That's the answer.
Go to.
I cast Fireball.
There we go. Bye, answer.
I'll totally be a murder hobo.
A proper murder hobo at that.
Proper one.
Okay. We are almost there. We had a router issue here at home, so Chase's desktop does not have access to the internet. We are working on a laptop and phone solution, and just about there.
What the?
Well, that's the wonderful flexibility of Discord rather than relying on Roll20. So, grateful to have that option. Alright, if we'd like to, go ahead and select your token on the map and roll initiative.
Can you guys see me?
Yeah.
Oh, I can hear you.
Okay.
Hear you. Hi, Chase.
Hi, John. I can see me.
Let's see.
Why is it 11.14?
So Chase, yes, we do have video. You're confirmed. John, that is a tiebreaker mechanic. So it is your dexterity put into decimal to help break any ties between the same results. Whoever gets the highest dexterity in a tie gets to go first.
Hello, Chase. I've kind of introduced myself already. My name is Adam.
Hi, Adam.
I will hopefully be joining you guys for future campaigns and sessions. And I plan on saving my character until he's just kind of dropped in your face. So
There we go.
I'm not going to explain anything to you until you see him.
Hopefully we'll have a good opportunity at the end of this session with the way that everything's paced to be able to actually introduce him and then have him go live as a party member next week.
All right.
Hey, Chase, please don't kill me again. Please try not and kill me.
Okay, first of all, I didn't kill you the first time.
You almost did.
Yeah, but I didn't mean to.
I'm going to appear to be some weird creeper, but I'm not. I'm just kind of watching to see how you guys play and how the DM is driving the story so that next week I can kind of get myself in there, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is a perfect
Justin.
opportunity. Hopefully we'll wrap up Death House tonight and then get the players kind of out in the open so that they can explore and enjoy. Thank you, Rune Savage, for checking in. We're glad to have you. We should have, guys, a couple of players for the upcoming Icewind Dale game stopping by and saying hi. So if you have access to Twitch to follow along in the chat, that'll be great. Chase is going to be kind of wrangling that for us, and I'll be moderating tonight. So, okay, the party should have initiative.
That was.
Oh, oops. I had this selected. I didn't have Discord selected. Sorry. That's my stream. If you guys would care to follow it. Chase, I do stream Dungeons and Dragons Online, an MMO. If you're interested in watching, I'm on all the time, and I just dropped my link into the wrong chat, but there it is.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right, so looks like we've got a little tie here, and Soren is going to pull ahead to have the first round. So as you guys cleverly pop the top on this footlocker using Cathius's mind magics, you're reticent to kind of go further after the fight you've just had with the Mimic. Soren, being his rather usual considered self, takes a moment, looks around, notices a few oddities with the room, and then reaches in. As he does, he realizes hands have burst out of the walls behind him and to his right. So, Answer, you actually have initiative as well. What would you like to do?
Oh, sweet. I am going to cast. Oh gosh, feels like I have to re-remember this all the time because I don't just have a character sheet to flip over. Fairy fire centered on me.
Fairy fire centered on you?
Sucks for me, but it'll hopefully suck for them more, is my intention.
Ideally.
Yeah, you know.
Am I far away enough that I'm not going to be affected by it?
20-foot cube.
Since Michael opted to do the same thing, I think it will end up having the same effect.
Okay.
Michael, so it's centered on you, you said?
I mean, pretty much, since it's a 20-foot cube, it'll be like off-center, but yes.
There we go. That's horribly invisible. Alright, let's try this again. Okay, so the two creatures in the walls and Anzer within the area of effect. Anzer, what else would you like to do with your round? You've got a move and any bonuses that might be granted.
Roll 20 is for me. So I'm just kind of going off what I assume is happening. So there's one in the cubby next to me, and then there's one in the cubby catty cornered, right?
Correct.
Okay. 5-foot step or disengage to here. Oh, now it's showing everything. That's weird. So I'm going to disengage to there if I can.
Yeah, you can. That'll be your move action.
Draw my scimitar. Can I do that as well?
Let's see. With your scimitar's speed, and yes, you can.
Okay.
All right. Anzer has dropped his drow magics, taken a step out of their range, and drawn his primary weapon. Hi, Jenica. I hope I'm getting the pronouncement right, but welcome to the stream.
And then
Hello.
Hello. I'm gonna Hexblade's Curse that one too.
Okay, which one did you want to target? There we go. Okay, next up we've got, I think Cathius is going to win out against the Ghast on a tie. Cathius, are you with us?
I am. Can you see me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So can I see it, or is it in the wall?
It's protruding from the upper portion out of the wall. It is pulling itself out of dirt and clay. So you can see from the torso up this grizzled body wearing black robes with a brooch in similar fashion to some of the iconography you found upstairs. The one that's right behind, or was right behind Anzer, is female. and the other one is similarly dressed in cultist garb and is male, and he is across the room directly from Anzer. You have line of sight to both of them.
Okay, and do I know what this creature is already? Or
Would
can
you-
I roll for Arcana?
This would be a religion check, as it is an undead creature of some sort. So anyone in the
Can I do
party
that?
who would like to roll their religion check, it is a free action for monster knowledge.
Absolutely.
Oof.
Cathius pokes himself in the eye and walks off the court. Okay, so we got a 12. Soren is fairly confident that these are called ghasts. He knows that their touch is dangerous and that they are indeed undead.
Okay. I'm gonna try to shove the lady back in the wall.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do that,
Okay.
and then
Okay. So it
that work?
is, yeah, it is a strength saving throw to prevent itself from being shoved into the back of the wall, and a little extra damage from Cathius. There we go. First one doesn't count. It was an accident, so I got a 10, which fails. So you summon the telekinetic force that's inborn in your training to fling this thing away from Anzer and back into its little cubby. And as you do so, it reaches out to the walls and fails to find a foothold. So go ahead and take your next action. You've successfully done a little bit of force damage to it.
Sweet. I guess I'm just gonna. I can't really draw my weapon necessarily, but
You do have your staff out as a matter of course because it is your casting focus.
okay. And then I want to make sure that my crystal is floating, but I don't need to take a move action unless Garnus needs to get through.
Correct. So
I kind of like to go through.
So you've used one action, you have any bonus actions that might be granted, and then you have a move action that you can either use or prepare to use throughout the next turn.
Okay, wait a minute. Hold on. You said a bonus action, and I know I have one of those. And it's also telekinetic shove. So I'm going to do that again to the other one, I guess.
Okay.
There you go. Did that roll correctly?
It didn't roll damage, but I did get the strength save coming through.
That's weird. Okay. Hold on. Try that.
There we go.
Does that work?
So the other is going to try and grab onto the side of the walls. He's successful, so he is not going to take the full effect and resists your shove.
Okay. Well, it was a long shot anyway. So yeah, then I'm gonna try and step back around Garnus if I can.
Okay, so you want
to let him.
Go ahead and move your token for me, exactly what unoccupied space you'd like to end up in.
Okay. I'm on the wrong tool. Yeah. Can't really stand on a candelabra, and I don't want to get on the table. And then that's my turn.
Excellent. Next up in the turn order, we got one of the creatures. So, Michael, the creature that was previously behind you, that you've assumed is Elizabeth Durst, the matron of the house before it fell, reels from the shove that your compatriot gave her, but leaps out of the cubbyhole. As she does, this horrid smell It's not just stench. It's not just decay. It is a paralyzing, green noxious gas begins to waft out of that 5 foot by 5 foot section that she's been occupying for who knows how long. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay, she makes her way towards you and is going to reach out with a mangled claw.
Oh no.
Sorry. Yeah, 25 to hit.
Yeah, there's nothing I can do to stop that.
And it's going to do half that damage because she's only going to get one claw attack this round. So you'll take 10 total.
Hey. Oh boy. I'm gonna try to log that on this.
And John, if you weren't here last time, we caught everyone up and made sure that initiative and HP were both tracking correctly, so those should be live numbers.
Perfect. Yeah, it matches my character sheet.
Sweet. Okay, I think you were the only one who hadn't had a chance to check last week. All right, after the ghast attempts to grab the drow, we're going to move on to Garnus. What would you like to do with your turn?
Well, Garnus is really pissed that his buddy in there is getting attacked by this, what is it called? The ghast in front of me. So I'm gonna like roar in dwarven rage, hold out my holy symbol, and cast Scorching Ray.
Okay. So Garnus presents his dwarven golden trinket, and beams of light streak outwards. I'm assuming you're gonna target them at the same, or are you only getting one? Yeah. Okay.
All of it at the one I can see.
Okay, so you'll want to make 2 more attack rolls with it.
Okay. So I just like to like another cast, right? Like
Correct. Yeah, since they're each independent. Excuse me.
that. Okay. So do I get it? Did I get him?
You strike her square in the side of the face, the shoulder, and right below her elbow. So full damage, 16, 24. You've rendered it little more than burnt flesh and a walking set of legs with one arm loosely attached, but it is still moving. All right, so that was your main action. You've got a bonus and move if you'd like to use it.
Bonus and move. I think I'm gonna stay where I am right now. Movement and then bonus actions. I'm gonna go ahead and, because I'm probably pissing this thing off, gonna cast Shield of Faith as my bonus action.
All right. Go ahead and throw
And
that
that's
up.
gonna.
There we go.
So that's gonna give me a +2 to my AC.
All right. So keep in mind this is a concentration spell, so you'll have to keep that up in the back of your head if you're going to cast another one.
Okay.
All right. After Garnus concludes, what the remains of Gustav Durst decide to do is leap over the bed as well at Michael. So Soren, on guard. This one comes at you with a toothy maw and a long tongue. The stench is now overpowering, and surrounds you. It's reared up kind of on the end of the bed on both knees, frantically crawling over to get an attack at you. Michael, I do believe a 5 misses.
Hit.
Excellent.
Correctly.
Okay, it will once again be your turn, Anzer. At the beginning of your turn, please make 2 Constitution saving throws.
Why? No.
As the
Don't
gas
make me do that.
strikes your nostrils,
2 of them?
you are overcome with a feeling of nausea and sickness.
Jesus.
Your character is poisoned.
Oh.
Wah, wah, wah. I'm also going to mark the one that you did your curse to here. Sorry, I forgot to do that. Alright, everyone should have their conditions. Alright, you've got an action, a move, and a bonus action.
Which one did he char the ever-living hell out of?
The Elizabeth, the one that you have already marked as well.
Okay. Then, yeah, that's the one I'm gonna poke. With my sword.
Okay.
And I get 2 attacks, I believe. Because scimitar speed. Here it is. I'm just having issues with roll 20. Or not roll 20, with D&D Beyond. There we go. And the second attack. Well, first one, critical. Second one, I don't know.
The second one's gonna miss. First one definitely hits, so you'll do 12 damage to it. And as you bring your favorite little blade through its hip...
+3.
Say what? What was that?
+3 more damage because she's the mark, so +3 damage on a hit.
Perfect. So we got 15 total?
Aha.
Alright, so as you bring the blade through her left hip, it cleanly makes its way through the rest of the charred remains that were supporting the torso. The creature doesn't even get a chance for another noise. It simply collapses into a pile of stinking, horrid, rotted flesh.
Yay!
Congratulations. You do get HP.
I got all my HP back. All of it.
All of it?
I don't remember how that works in 5e.
You're gonna find out.
I'm sure am. I can't disengage, can I?
Not if you don't have a square to go into.
Right, I can't disengage around that corner. So... time to buckle down. Hey, I don't think I have anything else I can do with the move, so there we go. I'm just gonna stand here and, take it like the drow I am.
Anything else for your round, or would you like to pass on to Cathius?
I'm gonna pass it.
All right.
Okay, so it's my turn.
Correct. We're on to Cathius the Mind Mage. You are joined in the other room with Garnus. What would you like to do?
Let me ask you a question. Can I see the ghast from... That's not the right tool. This one. That's where...
You don't know its current position from where you're sitting, but you imagine that you could see everything in the room from that vantage point.
So that's where I'm going. First, I'll go ahead and move up there. Should I go ahead and just move in?
Yeah, you're free to move your character.
Okay.
All right. So you're now standing in front of the stinking mass of the recently dead, again, Elizabeth Durst. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna hit it with a magic miss.
All right, so you're gonna aim a magic missile at Gustav there, who's crawling around on all floors trying to eat Soren.
Yes.
Awesome.
Because
Go
it
ahead.
never misses, right?
It
So
never
I can't
misses.
hit anybody else.
Correct. You do get to roll damage, so go ahead and throw it up in the chat for me.
Okay. Did I do that?
Yes. So you're casting it as a second level?
Yes.
Correct. Awesome. You did 7 damage. So the 2 small motes of light strike the creature in the chest. It doesn't move it significantly, but you can tell that you've left kind of an impact crater in its rib cage. Well, what's left of its rotted rib cage. You've got a bonus action left if you'd like to use it.
I'm gonna telekinetically shove her. Boop.
So weaving it in with his casting, Cathius gives an extra flick of the wrist to use his latent powers, and the ghast, overcome with force, is going to try and resist by holding onto the bed. It fails, so you can shove the creature... How many feet? I think it's 10 or 5. In a direction of your choice.
Let me double check real fast. 10 feet directly above. Actually, hold on. Yeah, no, that's true. 10 feet directly away from me.
Perfect. All right, so it will end up back in its original cubbyhole. And that will be the end of Cathius's round. Garnus, you're up next.
Oh, awesome. Can I move past him and into the room?
Yes, as long as you don't end your square in each other's spaces, you guys can move through each other.
Okay. Can I see it from where I am?
Yes, yes you can.
Cool. I would like to cast... I'd like to cast Sacred Flame at that creature.
Perfect. Go ahead and throw it up in the chat for me.
And since I'm level 5, I get 2 damage throws if it hits.
So it is a dex throw or take 2d8 damage for our little gas buddy.
Yes.
16. Do you know your difficulty class by chance? Looks like 13. So he is going to be able... He shoves himself hard into the corner when he sees that radiant light leap from your hands, and it smushes harmlessly against the mud behind him.
Yes. Boo.
So you've got a bonus action left if you'd like to take advantage of it.
I'm going to go ahead and just take a step back.
All right. Go ahead and move your token either into the cubby or closer, as you'd like.
Yeah, I'm not going to go into the cubby in the wall. That sounds like not a good idea. So I'm going to just step back that way.
You don't want to be backed into a corner as a short little dwarf?
Nope. Not in your game, Josh.
No, you know better by now. All right. Let's see. That'll be Garnus's turn. This thing is going to tear out of that little cubbyhole and straight at you. You recognize in its face that there is little recognition going on. It is all hunger and depravity and the stories that you have heard from your scholarly studies of undead. But this thing seems particularly enraged at the presence of your magic. I'm going to go at you with a claw attack. So it's just the first attack. The second number is just if you have advantage, so it's an 18 versus your armor class.
And with Shield of Faith, my armor class is 18.
Perfect. Okay. So that would be 12 slashing damage. I got you by 1.
If it's 18?
Oh, no, you're good. Clean miss. All right.
Yeah.
So the gas continues to just pour out this noxious green set of fumes. Next up, it's going to be Soren's turn. You've now fully felt the effects of whatever this perfume of the dead is, Michael. And as you do, you feel weaker. What would you like to do?
Poke it more.
Poke
Nope,
it more.
Not more for the first time. I poked it more.
Bro, like, take a break if you need it.
Pace yourself.
So yeah, I'm gonna try to stick them twice and be smart about it and roll with advantage.
There we go.
But go to the right thing. Control shit. Boom and boom.
1 second. Dealing with
16, 8.
missing video feed. Sorry, chat. Trying to get all their beautiful faces back up and running.
I just want to say, y'all are cracking me up in the chat, by the way. I was dying at the Fonzie thing. I was trying really hard not to interrupt them.
Okay. Next up, we'll have Cathius. So prepare your round, and then after that, Garnus.
I think I'm gonna try some fancy stuff.
You normally end up blowing people up when you try fancy stuff.
Well, I'm gonna try to do both this. Well, not blowing people up and doing.
Yeah,
fancy
especially
stuff.
since I'm like right in front of you again.
Kill
Yeah,
the
well,
healer!
that's true.
Kill the healer! You don't need one. This is Curse of Strahd. What's a cleric doing here?
I mean, I'm the only one in this
fine.
party that has lesser restoration, so you guys better treat me good.
Suck it up and keep him alive.
Fine. Oh, yeah, okay, that's fancy. I know what I'm gonna do.
Okay, what would you like to do with your round, Cathius?
Okay, so I am going to try and, like, run. I don't know if I should, like, either try to run over the bed or just, like, roll over the bed, whatever, to this square if I could.
Okay. Make a wisdom saving throw before your character acts.
Oh, it's probably gonna poison me if I do that, huh?
Go ahead and make the saving throw, and then I'll let you know
I'll do
what
it.
you realize.
With the wisdom saving throw?
Yes.
Okay.
So with a
Did I do
24, your character braces itself to move and then realizes the level of difficulty presented by moving through 2 party members, over a bed, and through the reach of a hostile monster. Would you like to reconsider?
I would.
Man, did my
I have
damage not
8, my
finish him?
wisdom.
You got a 24 on your damage,
Okay.
Michael. You
16,
have
yeah, 24.
Yeah, you have severed its left arm at the elbow and dug deep into its torso, but it is still limping along.
God. Oh.
All right,
Okay.
Cathius.
Yeah. So I'm trying to. Is that correct? Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna do that. Oh shit! I should know that. I did it.
All right, so Cathius holds up his staff and begins a small chant pointing at the creature with some sort of grasping bluish magic. Ethereal chains attempt to wrap itself around the undead, but has no effect on its mindless body.
What?
Cathius, due to his distinct background as a monastic acolyte on the plane of limbo, has rarely encountered creatures like these before, and none that resist his mental abilities. All right, that's one action. You've got a move and a bonus left.
I don't want to move. I've got a shield. No, I'm just kidding. I've got a beautiful friend willing to protect me, so I guess I'm just gonna.
Uh-huh.
Well, Garnish, you know, you're so just gung-ho and you want to burn everything down, and he just doesn't want to stand in your way.
That's a real friend right there.
Yeah, right? All right, so Cathius, anything on your bonus action or your move? Or would you like to prepare any actions this round?
I rolled telekinetic shove.
Awesome. I'm going to go ahead and roll my strength save here in a second. In the meantime, Garnis, go ahead and prep your round.
Okay.
Unfortunately, the creature grasps on the sides of the cubbyhole behind it and resists your effects, Cathius. Garnis, it is your turn.
Whatever.
I would like to cast my Sacred Flame again on this creature.
All right, roll a hit. Or it's a saving throw, right? Yes.
Yeah.
Easy. Unfortunately, the
God
creature.
Damn it!
You also, because you're casting a ranged attack in melee, get disadvantage on your roll. Or, sorry,
Oh, okay.
totally wrong. That's a saving throw, not a attack roll. Anyway, a 16 is still going to beat the dex save for it, and so this ghast has started to learn, you know, dodge the light balls from the little dwarf.
I'm just getting more mad as a dwarf, so
Right.
essentially I'm just gonna end up getting really pissed.
DM warning to the party: he will fireball this place.
I really will.
Just
My
don't
intelligence
do it
score is
for-
only 10, okay?
Don't do it for just this ghast. Like, I understand when we have to pull the trigger, when we have to enter the nuclear codes. This little room is not that time.
Anzer wants to assure you he just doesn't want to die. It's not that he doesn't want to watch it all burn. All right. Okay, I've got video feed fixed, so we are back in full swing, everybody.
Yeah.
Garnis, you toss a little lob of fiery radiant light at the ghast and are unsuccessful in striking it. You've got a move and a bonus left if you would like them.
I don't really think I should move out of the way, 'cause then I can move like back into the other room though, right?
Yeah, if you wanted to move through Cathius's square and behind him to a free space, you'd be able to do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that for now. Let him get some action.
Michael Testing, are you there with us?
I'm here. I think it's just the video that's frozen.
Just the video feed? Alright.
Yeah, on your Twitch stream.
Go ahead and keep powering through and see if it catches up here quickly. Alright, so Garnis has moved back to the antechamber where we saw the dinner table and the candelabras. This thing is going to move up between Cathius and Soren. On an even number, he's going to attack Cathius to try and get through to Garnis. On an odd number, he's going to go back and try and eat Saren's face. Odd number, Soren, excuse me. Right, we're going to get a claw. 23, buddy.
Ooh.
You're gonna take 10 more damage. Make sure you're tracking it. I know you've taken some damage and healed, but just...
And yeah, it's flushed now, but now it's not again.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, and the tracking isn't working the way I expected it to either.
As its petulant fingers come through the air at you, the gaseous fumes waft over you once again, but this time, you're not as deeply affected.
It's not the only one that can learn, I guess.
As it touches you with its claws, though, you feel a paralyzing energy. Go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh,
Damn.
okay.
So they've got the stench, they've got the bite, and then their
Oh
claws.
my god!
So
Ooh.
it strikes you
Ooh.
square in the chest, and Garnis, you're out of the room, so you can't really see what happens, but you hear something just thud on the floor. Cathius, you can see what happens, and as soon as this thing rends a little flesh from his arm, he goes entirely stiff, blinks a couple of times, and then falls backwards like a cartoon.
I shouldn't laugh. I'm sorry.
Don't die, sorry, buddy. Anzer, you are both poisoned and paralyzed. All right. Up
Amazing.
next. It's your turn, buddy.
Mine?
It's Anzer's turn.
Ooh.
I mean, can I do anything?
You can make your saving throws. So you'll get 2 Constitution saving throws. The first one will be against the poison condition. The second one will be against the...
Woo!
Hey, you are no longer poisoned. And 14, successful. You are no longer paralyzed. But that is your round.
Awesome.
Moving on, we got Cathius. What would you like to do?
I'd like to take just a second and wonder if I used a big boy spell. would Soren be hurt even though he's like flat on the ground? Like I was trying to with
entirely
a dwarf.
dependent on the spell that you use, but the last one, Pulse Wave, is a full cone effect. So it's not like a flat fan that moves out. You are buffeting like a speaker with force energy. It is extremely unlikely anything in the room would be able to avoid it.
Damn.
Again.
Oh. Well, see, I asked
It
this
was-
time.
That is going to cost you your bonus action this round, though.
Okay.
So you've got an action and a
will-
move left.
I'm gonna do a 3rd level magic missile.
Alrighty. At the beginning of your round, you're overcome with a powerful stench. Go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw for me before we proceed with your actions.
Average. Oh, did you guys get that?
No, we didn't get it.
Damn. Okay. Yeah, my internet connection is going in and out. I rolled a 10. Let me try now. It's reloading. Sorry, this is where you play the cute animals. Wow, my screen loads.
Right?
Like on the old cartoon. Okay. Constitution saving throw. Take 2. Did that work?
Negative. Oh, there we go. We got a
Hey.
4. Alright, you are
Fuck.
also poisoned.
That's fine.
I'd say welcome to the party,
Whatever.
but I already left.
Boom.
Oh. Yeah, there you go.
Is that your round?
So,
Can he
That-
move at all?
did I not
Cathius?
cast magic missile?
Cathius can move, John.
I was gonna be like, move behind me if you want.
Well, I mean, I think I'll be fine, maybe. But like, didn't I cast magic missile?
It hasn't shown up in chat yet.
Damn it. Okay, hold on just a second.
You good?
Because I'm gonna do 3rd level magic missile, and I want it to do. Did that work?
Give it a second to show up. Yeah, I got it in chat. Officially cast magic missile.
Okay. So, it should be 5 of those.
Should be 5 magic missiles.
Yeah, when you cast this level using a spell slot of 2nd or higher, you get 1 for each level above.
So you should have
Or
3.
wait. Oh yeah, it already added them in. Never mind, it'll be 3 of them.
6, 8, 10 damage total.
Heyo.
Alright, as you strike the creature with those small motes of light, you're able to sever it from its upper torso. The amount of damage that's been done just seems to overwhelm whatever magics are animating it, and it continues to just liquefy, putrefy, and fall apart.
Cute, I'm good.
Congratulations, you've survived putting the rest of the family to rest.
With extreme prejudice.
With extreme prejudice, and not a whole lot of fire this time.
Just really bright light.
You'll get there. You'll have wide
Only,
open spaces
only-
for the fireball at some point.
Very well.
Very well. Alright, moving along. Anzer, would you like to finish checking out that footlocker?
Now I would. I don't even remember what was in it now that I saw and then just got jumped.
There was like red vials that looked like blood. There was a book in there. And then there was some chainmail, I think.
Alright, so approaching the footlocker once again. Anzer, are you taking this into your inventory, or do we need to write it down somewhere else?
Depends what it is. I'm noting it.
Yeah, okay. I've got one folded cloak that you had already identified as magical in some sort.
Okay.
We've got a small wooden coffer that's unlocked. You found 4 potions in the coffer. There's also a chain shirt, a mess kit, a flask of some sort of fiery fluid. It's luminescent and obviously not mundane, but unidentified. A bullseye lantern, a set of thieves' tools, and a spellbook with a yellow cover.
Does the spellbook have a title?
No, unfortunately the outside leather has been cracked, grayed, and worn over time. But the spells inside are still good if you'd like to take a look at them.
I would, and then I'd like to transcribe them if I could.
That would take the appropriate setup and time.
And I actually had cast Detect Magic in here before, so I know the book or the tome is of necromancy.
Cathius, you can flip through and identify the spells relatively easy. They're low level. But as far as transcribing them, that would be a more extensive process. Michael, your Detect Magic earlier identified the cloak, the potions as magical, and then the book as being a spell book.
Magical cloak. Okay, you said there were 4 potions?
Correct.
3 of them have red liquid.
all of them are red liquid. They appear to
Okay.
be labeled the same as well.
Okay. And that's separate from the flask of fiery fluid?
Correct.
Okay.
The fiery flask looks like it's a oblong crystalline shape. Like if you smashed it on something, it would break very easily compared to the other vials. It might even be designed to do so.
Uh-huh. Picking up what you put down. I hand the flask to Garnus and say, I don't normally extend kind gestures to dwarves, but seeing as I don't like bright things, and you seem to.
Ooh, shinies.
Hey, much appreciated.
Excellent. So Garnus, go ahead and add a flask of alchemist fire to your inventory on Beyond. Michael, as you're putting away the potions in the coffer that you found, they're all labeled potions of healing. In the same script that you saw earlier in the letter.
Cool.
As far as the cloak, it will have to be identified, and the spellbook you'll have to read through.
And then there's a little wooden coffer that's mundane, the chain shirt is mundane, the mess kit, obviously mundane, and then there's a bullseye lantern, which I don't care to have.
Right. And thieves' tools. And thieves'
And
tools.
thieves' tools.
All right.
2. Okay. All noted, either way.
After laying the Dursts to rest, what would the party like to do?
Well, let's see what we haven't explored. We didn't go right, I don't think, from when we came down the stairs.
So, moving your map a little bit and getting the turn order out of our way. All right, so as you backtrack to the entrance, this would be the area that's unexplored so far. So you can go back to the other side of the spiral staircase that transcends the entire length of the house, or you can head towards the chanting that you heard echoing throughout the dungeon.
Let's go find the chanting.
Yeah.
Got 2 votes for chanting.
Same.
That's probably where it's going to be an appropriate place to pull, the nuclear option.
Bringer of nuclear fire. Yep, that would be good.
All right, so as the 3 of you kind of deliberate around the dining table in this next room, Cathius just turns a shade of green and throws up, and then comes back to the conversation. He's looking very sickly, guys.
Like, he's not getting better?
He's poisoned.
I'm not.
Wait, can I keep making saving throws?
I'm not skilled in these kinds of things.
So poisoned is not automatically resolved until you are treated.
Oh, great. So I'm still poisoned?
No,
Yeah.
remember?
Well, I succeeded on the saving throw earlier, so I don't remember how that applied.
Right. You are still poisoned, but you're not paralyzed. Sorry, the icon isn't showing up. It deleted both of them at the same time instead of just the paralysis one.
Okay, so those health potions wouldn't happen to have been healthy poison curing potions, would they?
Nope.
Nope. Alright. Healer, this is where you should come in.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't have anything to do with that junk. I can't help you there. I have mending, and that is not for bones.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I just need to move close to both of you so I can move forward, and then I can cast Lesser Restoration on you. I'm so bad with names, Cathius, so I can just go ahead and do that, right?
Correct.
No more poison.
Hey, there we go.
Well, damn.
That's fantastic.
All right.
Did it open the... Oh, there it was.
Yeah.
And then I would like to go over to my other friend who gave me some fun fire in a jar and do the same thing.
All right.
You're not a spontaneous caster, are you?
Oh, no, it's just an action to cast Lesser Restoration, so he's good. He's got it prepared, and then he can spend spell slots on it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, the cool thing about the cleric is I just have so many spells that are just automatically prepared.
Right. Like stuff based on your domain and such.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me go reflect that on my character sheet real quick.
All right, party members, where would you like to head, and what is our marching order?
I'll go first since y'all have been nice and taking hits and stuff.
The mage volunteers to be at the front of the party. Does
Okay.
Soren or Garna say anything?
No, I'm gonna go in the middle.
Okay, I'll follow up the rear. I'm gonna...
The Drow's like, I'm fine with this. I'm fine with this.
Exactly.
All right, guys. So we've got Cathius in front, Anzer in the middle, and Garnus bringing up the rear. As you return to the intersection where you fought those ghouls before, and you turn left, the chanting once again becomes a little bit clearer. Would you like to move down the stairs?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
All right, so you guys make it down the stairs. To the right is a narrow corridor that leads back. You can see that it squares off at the end, heading left and right. Give me just a second. I think the dynamic lighting's fucked up. Nope. Good. Okay, and then to the left is a set of stairs that lead down a little bit to a landing and then turn to another set on your right.
Okay.
The chanting is very clearly coming from this direction.
Can I understand it? Or try and recognize what the language or what it's saying?
It's in common, and you're almost there. It's short
Okay.
and repeats itself over and over and over again.
Okay.
It's in common, you said?
Yes, you can almost make it out at this distance if you go just a little bit further.
Let's just go a little bit further, but not like too much further. Like,
All right.
can I hear it from here?
Move your character as you would like to proceed. So if you want to just take one step and see what it looks like, you can.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and do that for you. There we go.
Oh, yeah, my connection's making up.
Oh, no, I
Sorry.
gotcha. That's okay. All right, so before you is a set of rough-hewn stairs that lead down to another level. And at this distance, you can finally make out, he is ancient. He is the land. He is ancient. He is the land. He is ancient. He is the land. Over and over and over again. Your drow ears, Soren, give you a little bit of an extra advantage. You know this is multiple voices saying it in unison. A chorus of about a dozen people.
Okay, he is what?
He is ancient. He is the land.
He is the... About a dozen people chanting. Okay. I mentioned that I say it sounds like it's about a dozen chanters.
A dozen ghostly callers. Do you proceed?
Yeah.
the most taciturn yes in party history.
That's what happens when the wizard goes first. Yeah.
Hey, maybe, guys. I don't know what I'm doing.
My eyes are like this, watching my party behind me follow me just to make sure.
I just want my PhD. I didn't know this was my dissertation.
Why is there a full internal review board here? Okay. So as you come down the stairs, the chant modulates. It's no longer coming off in the distance. It's echoing out of the walls around you. Cathius, in front of you, you can see a long room with stone support pillars and timbers set at various stages to support the roof. It's rough-hewn again, but on the sides you can make out small alcoves, each of them containing one item.
Can I make out the items?
Yeah, if you'd like to approach and kind of look at them. From this distance, they seem like knickknacks of some sort.
All right, let's take all of them. No, I'm just kidding. That's not.
Let's keep touching things. So, as you move through this reliquary, you can find a small mummified yellow hand with sharp claws on a loop of rope, a knife carved from human bone, and a dagger with a rat skull set into the pommel. And those are the first 3 areas that you walk by.
Little weird effigies.
Would any of our religiously inclined party members like to apply their skills?
Yeah, I would love to do that.
Hey-o.
Yes.
Dang, okay. So this is
About time.
set up to venerate specific objects of importance to this cult, but given the trappings and the relationship with Strahd that you saw play out in the letter, you doubt that any of them hold measurable significance in the real world.
Okay.
Garnis,
go ahead?
you're tempted to just like groan and call them a
Smash
bunch of
it.
No, it's just a bunch of monkey paws, guys. Like, if any of this stuff actually works, it's more problem than it's worth.
Oh, okay. So why don't we just leave those where they are and keep moving forward?
Kathy, is you
I-
still with us? Chase, you still with us?
Yeah, can you see and hear me?
Yeah, I can see and hear you. Just checking in. All right. So as you make your way about the room,
Can I
There-
go ahead and cast Detect Magic again?
yeah, you'd like to cast Detect Magic while Garnis and Cathius kind of just case the place.
Yeah.
Excellent. So Soren will begin casting in the back of the room as you guys take in the 2 hallways that strike out to the east. So down here, this ramp leads down into a shallow pool of water, and beyond it is a large room that you can catch a glimpse of some sort of dais set into the center, and the edge of a dark altar. In between you and that room is a large steel portcullis, bars that extend from the ceiling to the floor. Garnis, from your vantage point, you can make out another rough-hewn hallway that leads down about 15 feet and then turns to your right. So we've got that here, and then the steel bars are here.
The map is not refreshing for me.
Well,
We'll give Roll20 just a second to catch up.
I
know,
might
as it
drop
do.
out and jump back in for roll 20 and see if that refreshes the map, because
We have a mass of people encouraging you guys to just start swapping things in their places and see what happens. One of these sessions will have like a vote on what the party does next. They're gonna get y'all killed.
Wait.
We're talking like 1 or 2 choices or something, not the whole game, right?
Right,
Because I
right.
doubt we'll make it out of square one.
No,
Yeah,
no.
Are we gonna
No.
turn to this into one of those like adventure by like choose your own adventure things?
Oh, no,
like,
but
I would
actually get
love
to
that.
experience
That's actually
us
a
playing
fun
through it.
idea for a more episodic module.
I'm okay with it actually.
I've got 3 campaigns in the works right now. This one, which is advanced, new player, and an international time slot. And then I've been thinking about the last one just kind of being guest DMs and one-shots and that sort of shit exactly. Okay. So, Michael, as they take in the environment around them, you're able to finish your spell and start taking in the environment yourself. Again, you're overwhelmed with the sensation of infernal and dark energy swirling around you in this place. It's apparently not just suffused in the house itself upstairs, it extends to this dungeon as well. The stone has an unnatural radiation to it. You feel a little bit at home, in fact. As you expand your consciousness to the rooms beyond, you can detect faint hints of magic beyond the portcullis specifically, surrounding the altar, and then beyond the altar, another 20 to 40 feet.
Okay, I mentioned to the party that there's a strong presence of magic at the altar and beyond.
And so that portcullis is in our way from going into that room.
Yes, it bars the way, but it is a gate
So
of some sort.
So it can be opened. Okay, does anything look wrong with the water?
Other than it being fairly putrid, from this distance, there's nothing that really stands out.
Okay, I would like to see if I can find a mechanism somewhere to raise the gate.
All right. Do you want to move up to the gate and kind of take a look around?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Cathius moves up to take a peek into this next room. Garnus, Soren, would you like to move around while he's taking it in?
yeah, is there any way I can look around like the wall of the room and see if there anything stands out as a way to open it?
The room you're in, or are you gonna advance to the little hallway this direction?
I'll go through that hallway. That looks interesting.
All right. So Garnus is gonna approach down here until it turns, and then Cathius, you can see just here to your left, beyond the portcullis, a wooden wheel set into the wall itself. The mechanism looks like it's attached to the gate, but it's beyond your reach. Garnus, as you round the corner, you can tell that this hallway dumps out into another room of some sort that runs the length of the altar room. Would you like to keep going?
Yeah, let's see what's down here.
All right. So as Garnus moves into this next set of chambers, Soren, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna follow Garnus and let
Cathius do his shing?
Yeah,
Okay.
let him figure out the mechanism.
All right. So Cathius, be thinking about what you want to do about that portcullis and the wheel. Garnus and Soren, as you enter this room, you see cells upon cells, just kind of hewn out of the rough worked stone like before. Manacles, rusted and cobwebbed, are in each cell. Towards the end of the room, there's a skeleton hanging out of one of the cells, still shackled in. He's wearing black cultist robes. That'd be down this way.
Okay, has the chanting changed, increased?
Nope. It is still echoing from the walls itself, and still he is ancient, he is the land.
So can I keep kind of advancing down the hallway?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and move you guys down at a cautious pace, and then we'll
Yeah.
move it back to Cathius. What would you like to do?
Okay, so Mage Hand,
Mage Hand. So you've got that more powerful version of Mage Hand that allows you to apply a little extra force than the user. However, this wheel feels like something you would have to put your back into.
Okay.
You'll just need more force.
So like a telekinetic shove?
Would you like to consider using a telekinetic shove, or would you like to try and use a telekinetic shove?
I would like to consider it first.
Alright. Due to the unchanneled nature of those specific techniques, you think that it would have sufficient force to do what you want it to do, unlike Mage Hand, but it may lack the finesse.
Okay. Then come back to me.
All right. Cathius continues to consider the situation. Garnus and Anzer, as you approach through cells. What is your passive perception, guys? Garnus and Soren specifically.
I have 17.
Okay.
17.
17?
My
Yeah.
God.
All right. So the dwarf is walking along the central corridor, and then backs up a second. He literally just shoves Soren back another 5 feet, looks to the left, and goes, "Either that's the shittiest wall I've ever seen built, or it's not a wall." Anzer, would you like to approach and examine it further?
Oh, sure.
Okay. Garnus, do you want to continue down to the end of the cells?
Yes.
All right. Cathius, we're going to loop back around to you. Do you need a little bit more time?
No, I think I'm ready unless you want to loop back around to me.
No, you're good. You're up next.
Okay, so I have the ability to adjust density.
Correct.
So I threw that up in the chat. And I would like to adjust the density of the gate.
The gate itself?
The gate itself.
All right.
Now, is this like a bars?
So a portcullis, if you've seen in a movie where a set of bars with like a dagger-like shape on the end of them comes down and locks off a large stone archway, that's what it does. So they're always like a bar of metal attached to a bunch of bars moving vertically down that's lifted up and down to provide access.
Okay. Okay.
So you would like to lighten them and then try and push them up?
Yeah, we'll start with that.
Okay, go and roll a strength check.
Is that how I do that?
Correct. As you shove on the bars upwards, you realize what an advantage you've given yourself by lightening them. Go ahead and roll that again and take the better of the two results.
Yeah.
Yay!
You are successful in lifting it about 2 inches off the floor before your poor little muscles give out and it slams back into the stone.
Why?
All right, so that would be...
I'm gonna use a second level spell.
That would be Cathius' turn, so we're going to loop back around to Garnus and Anzer. Anzer, go ahead and roll your perception check to try and find the trigger on the door. Garnus, as you approach the end of the cell block, you find that skeletal set of remains we discussed. And he's clad in a tattered black robe and is obviously a member of the cult who was tortured and captured here for some reason. You find a gold ring on one of its bony fingers.
Ooh.
So, Garnis,
I
would you like to loot the dead?
would love to loot the corpse.
All right.
Yes.
You're basically like, this guy was evil. I can put it to better use. It's not staying down here. Pick up the ring. It's worth 25 gold pieces, and you can go ahead and put that in your inventory.
Sweet.
How much is a desecrated corpse worth? You got this sweet
Good
gold
night.
ring.
Thanks for joining, Jenica. You've got about half your
So
round left if you'd like to do anything.
Can I move back over here to Azar over here?
Yeah, you've got a full round's worth of movement if you'd like to go and move your token.
And I'd like to just move back over here with him.
Perfect. Anzer, we got a 15 for a perception check. Stop poking yourself in the eye. We'll go ahead and give you one more before we move on to the next round.
Okay.
18.
That's better.
All right. As your hand moves around the outside of the right of this offset stone slab, you're able to find a piece that's loose, and if you pull it out, you can hear a clicking noise.
Okay. And what happens if I...
You can tell that the stone slab has loosened. If you'd like to push it or pull it one way or the other, it is very likely unlocked at this point. Is there anything else you want to do before you guys proceed into this chamber?
Yeah, I want to get in.
Well, Cathius has no idea what the other two are doing. So
Yeah, I'm
you're
not
trying to manhandle some steel bars.
Alright, I asked Garnis if we should gather our firepower.
Do we have to go back for him?
We don't have to.
It's okay, I'm gonna figure it out
We sh-
anyway.
It's true.
Well, we can always just let him in once we get into that room.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are pretty certain you could handle the wheel.
Okay.
Do you want to go and pop
I'm
it
like a
open?
dwarf.
Yeah.
Push the door.
Yeah.
You don't give a shit.
Push it open.
All right.
Push it real good.
So Cathius,
Can I-
go ahead and Garnis. You got a little bit of time left.
I was gonna say, can I help push it open with my warhammer? Just like a little bit, poke it,
Oh, just for the funds.
the wall. Yeah, just for the funs of it.
Okay, there we go. Yeah. So the stone slab doesn't push in so much as it just falls out of its spot, on the floor behind. Now that you can see the chamber proper, you're able to make out the central dais with raised steps, a clearly adorned altar set into the center, and then stone pillars, kind of different than anything else that you've seen in the dungeon so far. They're smooth, they're actually crafted by masons, and all of the tile work done around this altar is both pristine and intricate. There's even metal filaments inlaid to make designs of skulls and dancing children, and a motif that combines everything that you've seen in the house so far.
That's gaudy.
Cathius, you see a stone slab about 5 feet by 8 feet tall work its way out of the wall here on the far side and fall unceremoniously into the dust. As you do so, or as you see it do so, you can see a drow face poke out from the wall. Hello, look what we found. What would you guys like
I was
to
just
do?
about to get it.
As soon as the wall breaks away, the chanting stops as you peer into this 40-foot square room. The smooth masonry walls provide excellent acoustics. Featureless stone pillars support the ceiling, and a breach in the west wall down here leads to a dark cave heaped with refuse. Murky water covers most of the floor, and stairs lead up to dry stone ledges here on the sides that are raised only about 4 or 5 feet from ground level. Rusty chains with shackles dangle from the ceiling directly above the stone altar mounted on the dais. The altar is carved with hideous depictions of grasping ghouls and is stained with dried blood.
Hey.
Wow.
In the very center, the chamber seems to be about 16 feet high.
So where's
Can we
the
go?
people?
Can we go ahead and let our friend in?
Do you want to move into the chamber and to the other side?
Yeah, I'd like to move in and get him in there. So before anything too crazy happens.
All right. So you move over to the embedded wheel and start to turn. As after the chanting stops and as you enter the room, there is no noise. It is deathly silent.
That's not a good sign.
Right. Detect magic kind of continues if I'm concentrating for 10 minutes, so...
Correct.
Is there
And
anything going on in here?
you again feel the presence of necromancy about the room, but nothing specific. Alright, so as you guys work to crank that embedded wheel, the portcullis raises above Cathius and he has access to the room.
Sweet.
Sweet. Trying to get everything. Alright, I am good to go if you guys are. What would you like to do next?
Twin. Let's check out the dais.
Okay. Who would like to step onto the dais?
No thanks.
Michael's been playing with me for too long.
On this side of the water. I
Um,
don't even know why you put me in the water.
You're like, no, I turned it from up here.
Correct.
Alright, so who approaches the dais?
I'll do it.
Nose goes.
Alright,
Sweet.
Garnus calls you both pussies and just moves right along. As you step onto the dais, hooded figures, cultists, appear ethereal around the outside of the stone ledges, out of the water here, 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 and equidistant on the other side.
So like 6 figures?
6 or more. They're obviously insubstantial, and there seems to be more looming in the shadows, but none of them glow. You just barely make their outline out against the darkness around you. It's only because of your drow vision that you think you can even see them at this point. As Garnus raises the steps to the dais and sets his foot on that last stone, the chanting rises once more as 13 dark apparitions fully materialize out of the darkness. Each one resembles a black-robed figure holding a torch, but the torch's fire is black and seems to draw light into it. Where you'd expect to see faces are just inky voids. One must die. One must die. One must die. And they don't stop. They continue to chant.
Nose goes.
They seem to continue to make this demand of the party.
One must die.
Well, I'ma yell out, "Who? Who? Who?"
They continue to chant the same thing over and over again. But the party is taking in the scene and trying to figure it out. Any rolls?
There's some like
Religion?
over here.
Yeah, the cultist apparitions take up the space around the outside.
I want to try to approach the closest one and stick it with a scimitar in the heart.
All right.
Oh, hold on.
Cathius considers the situation and studies it from a scholarly perspective. Roll your religion check. As he does that, Anzir draws his blade and just walks straight up to one and sticks it into the thing. Garnus, you're also close enough to be able
what
to...
your religion check is going to tell us.
Too late. Garnus, as you approach the altar itself, you're able to also make a check to try and discern what the purpose is here.
So is that a religion check?
That would be a religion or an insight, since you're close enough to use either one. Let's keep that religion check. 23.
Yes.
The cultists want you to sacrifice a living creature on the altar.
Well, I'm kind of a cleric of light, so I'm pretty good. So that's not fucking happening, and my dwarf character's just getting angrier and angrier at this entire setup.
Do you decide to keep that detail to yourself about the sacrifice?
Ooh. With a shifty dro.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it to myself for now.
A lightweight of
All right.
it.
So
I'm just gonna err on the side of caution and not give my party members any ammunition.
Yeah, you don't need to give them an excuse to bloody
Abandon
things.
you.
I mean, I'm a dwarf. I'm pragmatic, right?
Very practical, in fact. So, Cathius, you're able to discern that this is obviously a sacrificial ritual. Excuse me, guys. But as far as the specifics, it's just like something has to die.
Can I, like...
Summon anything?
Are they, like, obviously magical beings?
To your eyes, these sorts of things don't happen naturally.
Well, I basically just want to know if they can die.
They seem to already be dead.
Damn. I'm gonna whisper to my teammates and say, I think we're gonna have to fight our way out of this one, boys.
I don't think they didn't do anything to me when I stuck it.
Anzer, as you approach and pass your blade through this thing's chest, it's empty air. There's nothing there. In fact, the noise doesn't even sound like it's coming from this thing.
I'd like to try something. Can I try that one?
Message? You point your finger towards a creature within range and whisper a message. The target, and only the target, hears the message and can reply with a whisper that only you can hear. Who would you like to target?
I don't know, maybe the one that was like... Oh, hold on. Maybe the one that was there or something?
You would like to target one of the apparitions?
Yes.
What would you like to say?
What are you?
Alright. There's no reply.
Well, I tried. Okay, I guess we just move further in the room then.
Let's just keep moving forward. These things obviously have no bite.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna go investigate the pile of bones and refuse.
At the far end?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just walking through apparitions as I go.
Move your character through its 6 squares. So, remember that we can map and do whatever you need to do. Garnus, what would you like to do?
So what, right click it?
I'd like to go ahead and move forward a little bit, but not too close to the pile of bones yet.
So like that, Michael? It's a selector tool on the left-hand side. It looks like a tilted power symbol, basically. Sorry, John, what was that?
I just want to move forward just a little bit.
Okay.
And,
go ahead and move.
so how do I... see, how do I map it out again?
So we've got a tool partway through on the left. It's looks like a power symbol that's been tilted to the right a little bit, and then you can go ahead and click out drag for your first line. When you get to a turn, right click, and then it'll continue whichever direction. That way you guys can kind of map out specifically which areas you want to move through. Alright, so Michael's going to keep moving through the apparitions and just ignores them as he makes his way around the outside. Garnus, where would you like to move to?
Right there.
Okay. As you leave the dais... Oops, that was a mistake. Sorry guys, Spotify might open here for a second and blast y'all with some music. Heads up.
Rah, rah.
There we go. It didn't even open. Yay. Okay, so as you leave the dais, one must die. He is ancient. He is the land. Lorgoth the Decayer, we awaken thee. And silence once again.
Lorgoth?
Everyone roll initiative.
Lorgoth the what?
The Decayer.
Decay. We awaken.
Oh my.
Ugh.
It's like a snapping turtle. Octopus.
God. Son. Hate it so much.
God.
Hey!
Yay!
Alright, guys. We are just at about the 2-hour mark, so I'm going to check in with everybody and see how we're feeling.
I need to pee.
Thanks for sharing. Okay.
Too much information.
But otherwise, how are we doing on stamina and time, guys?
I'd probably need to wrap it up if we were going to knock out a combat. I'd probably need to wrap it up after that.
Not to metagame too much, but this
Yeah.
is the boss fight.
Fair.
Ooh.
How about we do a little intro combat scene? I have an introduction
Okay.
that I'd like to do even before we get Adam in to say hi to everybody again. And then we can just pick it up with the first round of combat next week. Sound good to you guys?
Okay, works for me.
So as this creature emerges from the refuse pile, its amorphous body sports 3 long tentacles. 2 of them to the side have spined carapace-like flanges, and the one coming out of its back has a set of sickly-looking eyes with misshapen pupils. Its toothy maw is unhinged in a way that doesn't look natural, and it lurches out of the water. It lashes out at Garnus and Cathius briefly, taking them by surprise. So it'll move up here, and then throw each of you back. At this point, it's not doing any damage to either one of you and is just moving you out of its space. As it approaches the center, Soren, make a perception check.
Lovely. Oh my.
There's a small bump on the ceiling that you see shift suddenly.
Okay.
A small hooded figure drops from the ceiling. Its maw protrudes from its cloak in a toothy grin and is ringed by rust-colored scales. The creature clutches 2 stiletto daggers in its reptilian hands, and fluorescent ooze shines on its blades. It lets out a shrill, "Master!" as it sinks its weapons into the monster. Dag turns and looks at you.
Sorry, guys, that one's for me.
All right. So all of the NPCs have pretty much been returned to the party, and Dag's back in the action. For a little bit of fan service, Michael's character Anzer is one of our legacy components, so he's been imported from the main campaign into this world, and he early on took it upon himself to basically like save, but then turn around and enslave this kobold from their early adventuring days. He's brought him into the party, taught him how to be an assassin, geared him up. Has been made into its own full-fledged separate character, and now he's back, so we're happy to have him. All right, guys. So next week, our schedule is still 7 for Tuesdays, unless we've got any requests to move it around. Until September, we're still flexible about our substitution days. In September, as of the 17th, Thursday is going to be blocked off for our Rime of the Frostmaiden adventure. And then Sundays will be blocked off for Mythic Odysseys of Theros. How does 7 Tuesday sound to all of the party members?
Down.
Sounds good to me.
Down?
I'm good.
Thank
And
you.
extending times is fine with me. I'll never tell you I can't play longer. I'm laid off at the moment, so I have nothing else to do.
Yeah.
Well, we will definitely have some late night sessions for sure when we get the chance. So, Adam is going to be joining us. He's got a Dragonborn fighter concept who's going to be coming from Forgotten Realms. I'll let him go ahead and do the introductions next week when we actually meet the character. In the meantime, he's got a good bit of experience under his belt, and we're happy to have him. So if you want to tell the stream and tell the party a little bit about yourself that you might have not gotten used to in the Q&A earlier, be my guest.
I'm old. I feel old. But yeah, I mean, you pretty much said it all. I've got a good bit of experience playing DM and playing as a character. But I think I think I've told everybody here pretty much everything. But for the viewers, I've been playing roughly 35 years, if that speaks to my age at all. And I've been a DM for a good 20 plus, and I'm looking to just sit back and play and not have to worry about all the technical crap that a DM has to stress over. And I really look forward to getting into this Curse of Strahd campaign here. So other than that, next week when I actually get into the campaign, you'll find out a little more about my character, and hopefully you guys like the way he is. Well, I won't say anything. I hope you like it.
It'll be a surprise. It'll be a fun surprise.
Definitely.
So
As opposed to Anzer's unfun surprises.
Right, Anzer is
Apologize
full of
in
the
advance for
opposite
those.
of that. So is Cathius when he's feeling like it too. So to let everyone know a little bit about the purpose of this campaign, we are taking a sidelong break from the main world, from the house campaign, in order to enjoy Curse of Strahd. This is giving the players also access to content that doesn't exist in my setting. So things like Dragonborn, Tiefling, Ganassi, the newer races aren't built into AD&D anywhere, and I don't offer them as homebrew content. So for anyone who's making characters and wants to go back into that setting, this is your chance to pull in things that we haven't played with before. So Adam's going to be our first one to be able to run a character like that so far, and hopefully we're going to be able to enjoy Curse of Strahd at the same time that we are pushing to make it back to the world that we left behind in disaster and catastrophe in time to be able to save our friends and loved ones. In the meantime, keep an eye out for Rime of the Frostmaiden. It's going to be a little bit more horror, a little bit of secrecy, but it's set in Forgotten Realms in the Frozen North. Lots of fun, some new class mechanics coming for the Bard and for the Warlock. And then for the Mythic Odyssey of Theros, that's going to be more action, combat, fast-paced, and you're going to see characters that are larger than life, blessed by the gods themselves with their own heroic and divine abilities. So check that out, guys. Hit us up if you have any questions. Players, thank you so much for participating tonight, and we will see you next Tuesday at 7 o'clock. Don't forget to follow to see more from us and to see some of the upcoming modules that are going to hit our schedule soon. So, thank you all, lovelies.
Thank you. Good to meet you.
Bye.
Thanks everybody for
Yes,
streaming.
thank you.
Okay, Adam, just before you go real quick, I'm going to let you know that I'll have your magic items done tomorrow if you want to take a look at them. And then you are clear to join next Tuesday for the session in full. All right. Thank you, man. Have a good night.